Today on Beavertown Outdoors, fire! Hello again, friends. Welcome to another edition of Beavertown Outdoors. I'm John. I'm out here at the shop at the beautiful Beavertown compound because today we're going to do something a little different than we usually do. Recently, a company reached out to me to do a review. They've watched some of my videos and seen me review a few products, do a couple unboxing videos, and they reached out to me with a product and asked if I would show it on the channel. So that's what we're going to do today. I was reached out to by a company called SakerPlus. They're, I'm sure, from overseas. They asked me if I'd be interested in, well, they called it a flamethrower, and I said, oh yeah. But then find out it's just it's a torch. Seems to be a very nice one from their ads. I'll post a link here. And yeah, they asked me if I would try it out and do a video for the channel. So I said, well, sure, absolutely. So again, the company is called, at least on the website, was called the SakerPlus. And they sent me this. Is their MT920 propane torch. It's one of those pistol grip types. We've all got, I'm sure a lot of you have, propane torch like this, or one of the big dragon torches you use with a grill cylinder. I've got one over there, but I'm gonna drag it over here. But those can be, this can be a little small for a lot of things you want to do, and the big dragon torch, you got to haul out the big propane tank, and it makes huge hot fire, but it's not always the most convenient thing unless you have like a cart or something. I guess they make some carts for them, but and you've seen, I'm sure you've seen some of the videos where like people use these handheld torches to light a barbecue. You can even use it in the kitchen to sear meat, but they're kind of just a convenient little thing to have. So I'm going to move you over here, and we're going to open this up, and we're going to check it out. So apologies in advance for the bench being so messy. Let's move some of this out of the way here. Get you over here. It's that time of year where we've done a lot of stuff and just trying to do it in a hurry and get in where it's warm and all that good stuff. But so this is it, guys, right? This is the box here. It came wrapped in just Amazon type bag, plastic wrap. I took that off. So but here we got the torch. Looks really nice from the picture. We're gonna open this up and take a look at what's inside. So got instruction manual, which how to use. I guess normally I would say something like, did the caveman have instructions when he made fire the first time? No. But being that we're dealing with propane, fire, probably a good idea to at least take a look at the safety precautions here. Yeah, pretty standard stuff here. You know, it says don't use past a 45-degree angle. Okay, that's good to know. A lot of that's probably because propane cylinders have liquid propane in them, and you can cause a big problem if you if you use them at the wrong angle. But do not point the nozzle towards a crowd. Okay, that's probably a good idea. Never up or down. Okay, probably was a space needed there. Never upside down. Never shake. Yep. Okay. And never leave on idle. Okay. All right. So read all warning lines. Okay. It looks pretty simple. So I think we're good. Yeah, we're just gonna set these aside. So let's get this out of here. And it's definitely packaged really well. This is a convenient little size. You know, it's kind of a nice little size there. So we've got very shiny. This is actually pretty robust. I've actually kind of impressed by that. It's feels like it's a thicker metal. We got the gas valve on the top for adjusting the flame. You got a safety lock. So it's locked, unlocked. Obviously the connection where your propane cylinder goes. And that's pretty much it, right? You can see how these work. You got your gas is going to come in and adjust it here. And then it's got these holes in the back. This is to draw air in, make a bigger flame. Because more, fire needs, as we've gone over in other videos, heat, fuel, and oxygen. So this brings more oxygen in to give you the bigger fire. So what these take for use is just your standard all-purpose propane cylinder. I believe you can use, I wouldn't use, this is MAP gas, which is different type of gas. I'm not sure if it's right for that. The torch says propane only, but these size cans, right? You can get I think they're blue from Burns & Matic. I think those will screw on here as well. But you just got your standard Coleman propane cylinder. There we go. Get that little cap off there. But yeah, we just goes in this end, thread it on. It's almost too bad they don't, and maybe they do make, but I haven't found them, is a smaller version of the Coleman cylinder. That would be nice. I don't want to reef this on. You just want it tight enough so that it won't leak. But, okay, well, we get gas. So when you open the valve up, you get gas right out there. So let's take this. I'm not going to light this inside. I really don't feel like burning the barn down today. So we're going to go outside and we'll fire it up. All right, so now that we're outside, let's try this out. So this is kind of it's a convenient size. Even with the bigger cylinder, this still seems to be a handy size. So I believe what we're going to do here is we're going to unlock it, turn safety off, turn the valve on, get a little gas going. Click the igniter on the back and you got the basic flame. Looks like you can turn the idle flame up with the valve. But then the trigger, there we go. Get your flame going hot. Okay, so obviously this makes fire. Makes a lot. But what can we use this for? So, as I said, you've probably seen lots of videos where you light a barbecue grill, or obviously you could light a campfire with this. Might try that out here. Just pile up a little bit of kindling and see what happens. But what's a few things you could use a torch for? Well, one of the things you could use it for is melting ice and snow. Especially this time of year up here in northern Michigan, we get some pretty substantial ice that doesn't want to go away. Gets hard to chip away. You know, sometimes you get snow. Sometimes you get snow packed, and that it freezes hard and turns into that skatable type ice, which is great if you're an ice skater. Not so good if you're wanting to drive around a wood yard and operate chainsaws and do all kinds of fun things. So sometimes you need to melt that away. And found us a little patch of that down here. We got this right here. So I think what we'll do is we'll fire up this torch and we'll see how well she melts it. Alright, so we got our ice patch. Let's get the torch lit. There we go. That's just that simple. And then it says don't go below 45 degrees, so we'll go this direction. Let's try to melt some ice. See what happens if we turn this up a little bit. Off. Safety lock. Alright. So made well, you can see where I melted the ice. It's gone. So it's fairly effective for a smaller torch. Now obviously a bigger one, you know, like my big Dragonfire torch, that would do it a little quicker. You know, but if you got a little spot of ice, something's frozen, you need to thaw it out. Well, there you go. You don't want to drag the big propane tank out? Grab the SakerPlus torch. Let's just see if we can, just for some fun, let's see if we can burn us a tunnel into this snowpack here. This is where I've been piling up snow in the wood yard, and we'll see if we can see what we can do as far as making a tunnel. Again, turn it on, igniter. We have fire. Take safety off. And there we are. Bored us a little tunnel. And there we are. All right. So obviously this take care of ice and snow and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's try to actually set something on fire with it. Have a little pyro fun with it. Alright, so I got me a little campfire built here, and we're gonna see if we can light it. Now, this might be a little difficult. This is just some slash from the East of May 1222 that we that I just used to make a little campfire here. So let's see if we can get it to light. And take safety off, turn the gas on, igniter, got the flame going. There we go. Cracking and popping. We got fire. Now, that's pretty good. Obviously, I don't want to get this going too big, because I'm just going to put this out here. But this was actually not dry, ready to burn seasoned kindling. This was actually, like I said, this was slash off the East and made probably, I don't know, not even a week or two ago. And this was off green logs, but you can see it got it going. Obviously, if I put more wood on this, it would burn a lot better. But yeah, made fire. So figuring out ways to show you this torch can do. One of the things I thought of was back when I had the gasifier, the central boiler classic edge. Every year, any of you that got one of those knows what a unparalleled joy it is to take it apart every year and clean all the creosote off of the parts. Chiseling away at this hardened creosote that gets on these every year. I thought, this would have probably been a handy thing to have with that when I had the gasifier, because not everything flakes off nice like that. So what I used to do is take these off, and I would take all this apart and get the little propane torch, like the little map gas torch they saw, and try to heat this up. And then a lot of times that'll get the creosote to where it'll come off. But let's see if we can do that with the little torch here. I'll try to do this without burning up the camera or the tripod. But once again, we'll turn this on, unlock it, igniter. You got all this creosote here. Let's see what happens. There we go. Actually, some of it was popping off on its own. Turn this way. So you can see, got these big chunks here. Yeah, see, now we heat it up, it just comes right off. Give it a little bit more. Shut her off there so it's not just sitting there burning. There we go. Creosote comes right off. Yeah. It's definitely effective. You know, while I'm at it, got a little bit of the surface scale that came up on here. Let's see what happens if we heat this up. See if it'll just pop right off there. Turned off. There you go. Off goes the rust. You can see where I didn't get it that hot. This doesn't come off that easy. But where it was hot, rust just flakes right off. Whew, that's work. So one of the things I want to show you real quick, just because I'm a nerd and I like science. So you see, it's not because it's cold out. You see how frosted up this gets. That's frost. The one of the things you might want to know when you're using something like this that's using a lot of propane in a hurry. Propane, again, in here, like I talked about when we were talking about their safety instructions, this is liquid in here. There's an amount of this that's liquid. When you get the can, that's how you get a lot of propane out of a little thing, is it's liquefied. Well, as you use the propane, you're not actually burning the liquid, you're burning the gas, and it converts from the liquid to the gas. And that reaction is basically what it does is, as that propane is turned from a liquid to a gas, it's actually pulling heat out of the tank to try to do that, right? So to be liquid, propane is basically frozen. But to do that reaction, it's an endothermic reaction, which means it's pulling heat away. So it's going to make this can really cold, especially as it turns to a gas. So you don't want to. I'm not going to even do it without gloves on. I mean, it won't burn you. You know, if you've ever seen the thick, heavy gloves that if you get propane, if you're on propane in your area, when they fill that, or if you go to, say, a Tractor Supply, Fleet Farm, things like that, a gas station that fills propane tanks, you ever notice they're wearing some thick, heavy gloves? They're insulated gloves. That's because you can actually get instant frostbite to the point it'll freeze and your fingers will fall off. If you're exposed to liquid propane, if your skin is, it'll instantly freeze. So what you don't want to do, I wouldn't recommend, you're going to be very uncomfortable, and you could actually frostbite or freeze burn your hands, is don't grab onto the torch here and hold it while you're using. This meant just hold it by the handle. This company did send me when we were first talking about doing a review on this, they sent me a picture of one they had, which was kind of neat. It had another handle up here, kind of like a machine gun. That would be the only thing is yeah, that would be bigger. You know, but if you're doing something where you want that extra grip, that would have been a nice feature. Maybe something to bring back. But you know, for what this is for, this small size, small and compact, this isn't. It's not hard to hold this one hand and move it and, you know, be positional. So, but yeah. So, final thoughts on this. This is a great little torch. Very convenient. Much more convenient than carting around the big grill tank with the long torch on a hose. But definitely gives you the advantages of that over, say, the small torch, right? So your small plumbing torch, I guess, as a lot of people would know it. Now I will say where this isn't going to excel. Okay, this isn't the torch you're necessarily going to run to do plumbing, to do you know, try to get one bolt heated up and loosened up, right? That's it's not. This isn't a precision torch. This is meant to put a lot of heat out in a big area. So, you know, to do something like we did with heating up that channel from the outdoor boiler, you know, to heat that up, to scrape off the creosote, scrape off rust, get the scale off. I guess you could use it to remove thick, heavy paint. I've seen that done, although I've also seen a house catch fire more than once from doing that. So, not the process I recommend, but people do it. This kind of torch is appropriate for that. So it's like with any tool, you want to use the appropriate tool for the job you're doing. You know, if you're lighting your barbecue, you're lighting your outdoor boiler for the year, this would definitely serve that task. It will say with its small size, it's going to be a little close. You know, so you're gonna have to reach in pretty far with it versus, say, you know, with the long wand torch. But definitely will light a campfire. In fact, actually, I think that's gonna be the destination for this. This is gonna be primarily used, and we're gonna take it when we go camping this year, because this would be great to, you know, light the campfire while we're out camping. So again, for the purposes that this is intended for, this is a great tool. I do want to thank Lee and everybody at SakerPlus for giving me the opportunity to showcase this on the channel. If you'd like to pick one of these up, you can go to SakerPlus, SakerPlus, SakerPlus.com. You can pick one up. I'll put a link down here at the bottom of the screen, and you guys can go and pick one up. They're available online, and right now it looks like they're currently 50% off, and you can order one for $61.99 at the time of this video. This is the end of March 2026, so if you're watching this later on, can't guarantee what the price is going to be, obviously, but yeah, see? There you go. You order right from your mobile phone. They'll ship it really quick. Usually gets to you 1 to 5 business days. I know when Lee said that they were sending this, I think it was 3 days, 3-4 days, and it was at my door. So, like I said, great tool. Seems to be a good company. Again, Lee, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. That's going to do it for me today, guys. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Feel free to share. But until next time, from all of us here at the beautiful Beavertown compound of Beavertown Outdoors, be good to each other. Take care, stay safe, and I'm out. Happy burning.